Hello and welcome to the Album Man, and today I'm going to be doing weekly rock news for the week of the 9th. This is a bit late, I know it is, but anyway, it's not too late. Still needs to be done, because I've got quite a few stories to talk about, unlike last week where I didn't have that many and a week before none. There's quite a bit to talk about this week, which is good. So, let's get started. So, the littlest news story has to be that Motorhead has warned fans not to buy the complete Early Years box set, which they tried to block from release earlier this year, but failed. And if you don't know, the complete Early Years box set is the first 8 Motorhead albums, and it's on sale for £275. I mean, it all comes in some, that classic Motorhead, like, horn symbol thing. It comes in a head-shaped thing like that, and it's an absolute rip-off. I mean, oh my god. And Lemmy has said, although we still make money from record sales, this is not the way I ever intended it. I don't like to see fans getting ripped off or taken advantage of, and that's what's happening here. These are fine examples of corporate greed, reissuing the same stuff over and over again, overcharging the customers for outrageous pricing, basically trying to rape our fan base. And yeah, I mean, it really is just so overpriced. I don't know why he managed to fail to get it released, to be honest, but oh well. Okay, let's move on. So, this isn't that big a news really, but I thought it's still worth mentioning. In an interview with Joe Perry of Aerosmith, of course, he was saying about how the music from Another Dimension, their last album, which I did do a review of, my first ever cooperative review, and he said it'd probably be their last, it could well be their last album, interestingly. And he's also been saying how much he likes it, but didn't like Just Push Play, the 2001 album before that, and Done With Mirrors, I think the album before that. And this is still an album he will listen to, but I mean, that's just promotion for the album, obviously, he's going to always say that. But it's quite interesting. I mean, I hope this isn't the last album. It wasn't the best to go out on. An album full of filler was not really the way a band like Aerosmith should go out, so I hope they do something else. I hope they make it a reasonable length and better. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to something, I don't know, I have mixed feelings. In a way I like it, but in a way it could turn out being really bad. Right, so, this is about Scott Weiland, and I hate Scott Weiland, I honestly do. Hate Stone Temple Pilots, bloody awful bands, and I don't like Velvet Revolver whatsoever, even though any band with Slash and Duff McKagan and Matt Sorum sounds pretty bloody awesome. He's just insufferable. Yes, I like 2 songs like Sliver and Four to Pieces, but I prefer Miles Kennedy live versions, to be honest. I mean, not a good band. Their second album is abysmal, and I mean abysmal. Can't even listen to that album. And yeah, basically he's been sacked from Stone Temple Pilots, which in a way is good. It's like, yeah, that's cool. I honestly don't like him, so yeah, that's cool. As harsh as it sounds to say. But the bad thing is that God Almighty, he's just going on about how he wants a Velvet Revolver reunion. That better not happen. Slash is doing awesome stuff with Miles Kennedy. It seems Slash is pretty reluctant to have a reunion, which is bloody good. I don't want them to come back. It's a waste of Slash's time when he could be making good stuff. Yeah, I just hope he, I don't know, goes away, to be honest. I honestly don't like it. Okay, from that to the saddest news, which is that Hawkwind's former member Hugh Lloyd Langton died at the age of 61. He appeared on their first self-titled album and returned for a second time in 1979 for 9 years. He's appeared on about 10 of Hawkwind's, the classic space rock band. And yeah, it's sad that he died so early, to be honest. Good guitarist. Yeah, very sad. I don't know what to say really. I do love Hawkwind a lot. Okay, let's move on to some, a better note. Well, it's not, you know, that good, but it's obviously better than the previous one. Anyway, so this is Rage Against the Machine guitarist Tom Morello is saying about if they have a future or not. He says it's 20 years since they released their first album, the one with the Tibetan monk on fire cover, and yeah, basically they're saying they don't know if they're ever going to do anything again. I mean, they played that show in 2010 to celebrate and get the Christmas #1, which is bloody cool. Now, my opinion of Rage Against the Machine, I like them, but I hate... Well, I don't hate them, but I like them mainly. But there are bits of them I don't like. I love Tom Morello as a guitarist. I think he's an absolute genius, really innovative guitarist. I really like the political lyrics and political stance the band has. As Tom Morello says in the interview, you know, a lot of the bands that have been influenced by RATM just don't have the political stance they do, and it's just they've been inspired by the music, and he feels that, you know, that's a shame, to be honest. And, you know, I agree. I love the political stance there. I just didn't like Zach De La Roche's rapping type stuff. I mean, I do have mixed feelings. They're one of those bands that some days I like them, some days I don't. I still have nearly all of their albums, though, to be honest. It depends, you know. I would like to get back together. It'd be cool to hear them record some new material, to be honest. I think, you know, they could criticise some stuff of the Obama administration, find enough stuff to make a new album. But it seems it's mainly Zach De La Roche who doesn't want to. You know, they could get a new vocalist. I wouldn't be opposed to that, you know. But as most RATM fans probably would. And let's move on to what, in my opinion, is the biggest news story of the week. Oops. Okay, wasn't expecting that. But yes, the biggest news story of the week is the news about Black Country Communion. So as I'm sure you all know, or at least people in the UK know, is that they agreed to play it one night in Wolverhampton for Afterglow. One night. I even had tickets for said concert, and then they cancelled it. And I've been wondering ever since why the bloody hell they cancelled it, because I've never seen them, really wanted to. And, you know, there's been a whole feud going on. I've talked about it before. It's bloody annoying. But yes, they finally said why the gig was officially cancelled. And it's basically over ticket prices, interestingly. And it's not sort of a Stones-esque, they wanted to charge too much. It's actually the Hughes, Glenn Hughes, the bassist and singer, felt that really the ticket prices were too expensive, and he was getting a lot of slack from his friends and fans in the Black Country about the ticket prices. And, you know, he was saying, you know, don't shoot me, I'm only the messenger, I don't set the prices. And he was getting really quite annoyed about it. And so it was Bonamassa's manager, Roy Reisman, who confirms he pulled the show as a result of Hughes' comments. And of course also had to do with the other stuff going on to do with the band, you know, there was so much going on. And he tried to defend by saying that Roy Reisman did that the tickets might have been more expensive than an average rock band, but they're not an average rock band. They certainly weren't as expensive as a superstar band. Decided to price the tickets that way. When Glenn decided he wanted to make a comment and pointed the finger at me, it was really upsetting to me. I'd had enough of it. So that's pretty much why that gig was cancelled, if anyone was wondering. And yeah, I'm hoping they can get back together, not with a different guitarist, as Jason Bonham is stupidly suggesting. Very stupid idea. No. But hopefully they'll get back together in 2013, maybe? Maybe? I don't know. Okay, so this has been this week's instalment of Weekly Rock and Metal News. I hope you've enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and as always, long live rock and roll.